Listen to me carefully. Most people walk through life with dreams, but not with goals. A dream is something you wish for. A goal is something you commit to. When you set a goal, you're telling the world, I'm not here to be average, I'm here to be great. But let me tell you something, setting goals is the easy part. Working for them every single day is the hard part. There will be mornings you don't feel like waking up. There will be nights you want to quit. There will be people who doubt you. But champions understand one thing. Your goals must be stronger than your excuses. You see, when your goals are clear, your direction becomes clear. You stop wasting time. You stop following crowd. You start building your own path. Don't just say you want success. Write your goals down. See them every day. Work on them every day. And remember this. Small steps every day create massive results over time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. So today, make a decision. Set your goals. Commit to them. Work like your life depends on it. Because one day, the pain of discipline will turn into the reward of achievement. Most people walk around every day saying they have dreams. They say they want success. They want money. They want a better life. But the truth is that a dream by itself is not powerful enough to change your life. A dream is just an idea in your mind. It feels good to think about. It gives you hope. And sometimes it inspires you for a moment. But if that dream never becomes a clear goal, it will stay exactly where it started, in your imagination. The difference between people who only talk about success and those who actually achieve it is simple. Achievers turn their dreams into goals. A dream is usually vague. When someone says, I want to be successful, what does that really mean? Success can mean many different things. It might mean becoming a great student, starting a business, becoming a professional athlete, helping people, or achieving financial freedom. If you do not define it clearly, your mind cannot focus on it properly. Your energy becomes scattered because you do not know exactly what you are working toward. Turning a dream into a goal means giving it clarity. It means deciding exactly what you want and what it will look like when you achieve it. When you convert a dream into a goal, you give it direction. Imagine trying to travel to a city without knowing its name or location. You could walk for days, weeks, or even years and still never arrive because you never knew where you were going. Life works in the same way. When people have dreams but no goals, they move through life without a clear destination. They might work hard, but their effort is not focused. They may try many things, but they do not commit to a specific path. A clear goal acts like a map. It shows you where you are and where you need to go. Turning dreams into goals also requires honesty with yourself. You have to ask important questions. What do you truly want to achieve? Why is it important to you? How will your life change if you accomplish it? These questions help transform a simple wish into something meaningful. When you understand why your goal matters, you develop stronger motivation to pursue it. The reason behind the goal becomes the fuel that keeps you moving forward when things get difficult. Another important step in turning dreams into goals is defining measurable outcomes. Dreams are often emotional, but goals must be specific. Instead of saying, I want to be better at studying, a goal would be something like, I will study 2 hours every day and improve my grades by the end of the semester. The difference is powerful. The dream expresses a desire, while the goal creates a clear action plan. When your goal is measurable, you can track your progress and stay accountable to yourself. Clarity also builds confidence. When you know exactly what you want, you begin to believe that it is possible. Your mind starts to focus on opportunities instead of obstacles. People who have clear goals often appear more determined because their actions are guided by purpose. They wake up each day knowing what they need to do. Their energy is not wasted on confusion or hesitation. Turning dreams into goals also forces you to take responsibility for your future. It is easy to dream about success without making any effort. Anyone can imagine a better life. But when you turn that dream into a goal, you accept the challenge of working toward it. You acknowledge that your results will depend on your action. This mindset shifts your thinking from passive hope to active commitment. Another powerful aspect of setting goals is that it trains your mind to focus on priorities. Life is full of distraction. There are endless activities, entertainment, and responsibilities competing for your time. Without clear goals, it's easy to spend most of your time on things that do not move your life forward. But when you have a goal, you begin to evaluate your choices differently. You start asking yourself whether a certain activity brings you closer to your goal or takes you further away from it. Goals also encourage discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. Dreams alone cannot create discipline because they do not demand consistent effort. But goals require action. They require daily decisions that align with your purpose. Every step you take toward your goal strengthens your discipline and builds your character. Turning dreams into goals also changes how you handle challenges. When people only have dreams, they often give up quickly when they encounter difficulty. They see obstacles as signs that their dream may not be possible. However, when you have a clear goal, obstacles become part of the journey. Instead of quitting, you start looking for solutions. You become more resilient because your commitment is stronger than your fear. Goals also create momentum. Once you start working toward a specific objective, each small achievement motivates you to keep going. Progress builds confidence, and confidence encourages more effort. Over time, these small improvements add up to significant results. Many successful people did not achieve greatness overnight. They simply turned their dreams into goals and worked toward them consistently. Another important part of turning dreams into goals is visualization. When you clearly imagine what your success will look like, your mind begins to accept it as a possible reality. Visualization strengthens your focus and reminds you why you started in the first place. It helps you maintain motivation even when the path becomes difficult. Commitment is another essential factor. A dream can be abandoned easily because it does not require action. A goal, however, demands dedication. It requires you to stay focused even when progress feels slow. Commitment means continuing your efforts even when you face setbacks or doubts. It is also important to break large goals into smaller steps. A big dream can sometimes feel overwhelming. But when you divide it into smaller tasks, it becomes more manageable. Each step becomes an achievable target, and each achievement brings you closer to your ultimate goal. This process transforms a distant dream into a series of practical actions. Accountability plays a significant role as well. When you set a goal, you become responsible for your progress. Some people choose to share their goals with mentors, friends, or family members who can encourage them, keep them accountable. Support from others can provide motivation and help you stay focused during difficult times. Another key element is persistence. Turning dreams into goals does not guarantee immediate success. There will be moments when things do not go as planned. You may face failures, mistakes, and unexpected obstacles. Persistence means refusing to give up despite these challenges. It means learning from your experiences and continuing to move forward. Over time, the habit of setting goals can transform your entire mindset. Instead of simply wishing for a better future, you begin actively creating it. You become more intentional about your choices and more aware of how your daily actions influence your long-term results. People who master the skill of turning dreams into goals often achieve more than they initially imagined. Their focus, discipline, and determination allow them to overcome barriers that might discourage others. They understand that success is not a random event, but the result of consistent effort directed toward a clear. The process also encourages personal growth. As you work toward your goals, you develop new skills, knowledge, and experiences. You learn how to manage time, handle pressure, and adapt to change. These lessons become valuable assets that support your future ambitions. Another powerful outcome of goal setting is increased self-belief. Each time you accomplish a goal, you prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving more than you once thought possible. This confidence inspires you to pursue even greater challenges. Turning dreams into goals is not just about achieving external success. It is also about discovering your potential and building a life that reflects your values and aspiration. It encourages you to think carefully about what truly matters to you and to invest your energy in pursuits that bring meaning and fulfillment. The journey from dream to goal is ultimately a journey of transformation. It changes how you think, how you act, and how you view your future. Instead of waiting for opportunities to appear, you begin creating them. Instead of hoping for success, you start working toward it with intention and determination. When people learn to transform their dreams into clear, actionable goals, they unlock the power to shape their own destiny. Their dreams no longer remain distant wishes, but become guiding forces that influence every decision they make. Step by step, action by action, those dreams gradually turn into reality through the discipline, focus, and perseverance that goals inspire. Writing your goals down may seem like a simple action, but it has a powerful effect on the way you think, plan, and work towards success. Many people carry their goals only in their minds. They say they want to improve their life, achieve success, or accomplish something meaningful, but they never take the time to put those goals into written form. Because of this, their goals remain unclear, easily forgotten, and difficult to follow. When you write your goals down, you transform a vague idea into something real and tangible. It becomes a visible reminder of what you want and what you are working toward. The act of writing forces you to clarify your thoughts. When a goal exists only in your mind, it can be vague or confusing. You might think you know what you want, but when you try to write it down, you realize that it needs more detail. Writing encourages you to think carefully about what you truly want to achieve. It pushes you to be specific rather than general. Instead of saying you want success, you begin defining what success actually means for you. Another important benefit of writing your goals down is that it strengthens your commitment. When a goal remains in your mind, it is easy to change it, ignore it, or forget about it. But when you write it down, you create a form of agreement with yourself. It becomes a personal promise. Seeing your goal written on paper makes it feel more serious and meaningful. It reminds you that your dreams deserve attention and effort. Writing also improves memory and focus. The human brain processes information differently when it is written. When you physically write something, your mind becomes more engaged with the idea. This deeper engagement helps you remember your goals more clearly. As a result, you begin thinking about them more often throughout the day. They remain present in your mind, guiding your decisions and actions. Written goals also provide direction. Life can be busy and full of distractions. Without a clear reminder of your priorities, it is easy to lose focus and spend time on activities that do not contribute to your progress. When your goals are written down, you can review them regularly. Each time you read them, you remind yourself of what matters most. This simple practice helps you stay aligned with your purpose. Another powerful effect of writing goals down is that it allows you to track progress. When goals remain only as ideas, it is difficult to measure improvement. You may feel like you are working hard, but you might not know whether you are moving closer to your objective. Written goals give you a reference point. You can compare your current position with the goal you set and evaluate how far you have come. Writing your goals down also helps break large ambitions into smaller, manageable steps. Sometimes a big dream can feel overwhelming. When you see the entire challenge at once, it may appear impossible to achieve. Writing encourages you to organize your thoughts and divide your goal into smaller tasks. Each step becomes a clear action that you can take. This process makes progress more practical and achievable. Another important advantage is accountability. When your goals are written, they become visible evidence of your intentions. You cannot easily pretend that you never made the commitment. This visibility encourages you to take responsibility for your actions. Some people even choose to share their written goals with mentors, teachers, or trusted friends who can support and encourage them. This shared awareness can strengthen motivation, create a sense of responsibility to follow through. Writing goals down also helps strengthen motivation during difficult times. Every journey towards success includes obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. When these challenges appear, it can be easy to lose confidence and question your purpose. A written goal acts as a reminder of why you started. When you read it again, you reconnect with the vision that inspired you. This reminder can renew your determination and help you continue moving forward. Another valuable aspect of written goals is that they encourage planning. Once you write down what you want to achieve, the next natural step is to consider how you will achieve it. You begin asking practical questions. What actions do you need to take? What skills do you need to develop? How much time will it require? Writing helps organize these thoughts and turn them into a structured plan. Clarity is one of the greatest benefits of written goals. Many people struggle not because they lack ability, but because they lack clear direction. They spend years working hard without knowing exactly what they want to accomplish. Writing goals eliminates this confusion. It defines your destination and gives your effort a purpose. Written goals also help build confidence. When you record your goals and later review them, you may notice that you have already accomplished some of them. This realization is powerful. It shows that your efforts can produce real results. Each achievement strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed. Writing your goals down can also improve time management. When you clearly understand your priority, you become more aware of how you spend your time. Activities that once seemed important may now appear less valuable if they do not contribute to your goals. This awareness encourages you to invest your time more wisely. Another important effect is increased self-awareness. When you write your goals, you reflect on your values, interests, and aspirations. You begin to understand what truly matters to you. This understanding helps you make decisions that align with your personal vision, rather than simply following the expectations of others. Written goals also create a sense of structure in your life. Instead of reacting to events as they happen, you begin to plan ahead. You think about where you want to be in the future and what steps will help you reach that destination. This structured approach gives you greater control over your direction. The process of writing goals can also reveal obstacles that might otherwise remain hidden. When you carefully describe what you want to achieve, you may recognize potential challenges. Identifying these challenges early allows you to prepare solutions and strategies to overcome them. Another advantage is consistency. When your goals are written, you can review them regularly, daily, weekly, or monthly. This consistent review keeps them fresh in your mind. It reminds you to stay focused and continue taking action. Written goals also encourage reflection. Over time, you may notice changes in your interests or priorities. Reviewing your goals gives you the opportunity to evaluate whether they still align with your values. If necessary, you can adjust them to better match your current vision. Another powerful aspect of writing goals down is a sense of ownership it creates. The goals become uniquely yours. They are not just ideas suggested by others or influenced by external expectations. They represent your personal ambitions and desires. This ownership increases your emotional connection to the goal and strengthens your commitment. Writing goals can also improve communication. When your objectives are clearly written, it becomes easier to explain them to others. Whether you are working with a teacher, mentor, or team, written goals help everyone understand the direction you want to follow. Another benefit is the ability to celebrate progress. When goals are documented, you can mark achievements as you reach them. This celebration of progress can be highly motivating. Each completed step reminds you that your efforts are producing results. The habit of writing goals down can eventually become a powerful life skill. As you continue using this practice, you develop greater clarity about your ambitions and a stronger ability to plan for the future. Your thinking becomes more organized and your actions become more purposeful. Over time, the simple act of writing goals can transform your mindset. Instead of passively wishing for success, you become actively involved in shaping your future. You recognize that your dreams require attention, planning, and consistent effort. When people consistently write their goals down and review them regularly, they often find that their focus improves and their productivity increases. They waste less time on distractions and invest more energy in activities that move them closer to their objectives. This habit also creates a sense of progress and direction. Even when the journey feels long, written goals remind you that every step matters. Each effort contributes to the larger vision you have created for your life. By turning your thoughts into written words, you transform your ambitions from abstract ideas into concrete commitments. This transformation strengthens your determination, clarifies your direction, and increases the likelihood that your goals will eventually become reality. Focusing on one direction is one of the most powerful habits a person can develop when working towards success. Many people have ambition and motivation, but they struggle to achieve meaningful results because their attention is scattered across too many goals, ideas, and activities. When energy is divided among many different directions, progress becomes slow and inconsistent. Concentrating on one clear direction allows your time, effort, and mental energy to work together toward a single purpose. Human attention is limited. Each day provides only a certain amount of time, energy, and concentration. When these resources are spread across too many tasks or ambitions, it becomes difficult to make real progress in any one area. A person who constantly switches between different goals may feel busy, but being busy does not always mean being productive. True progress often requires sustained focus on a single objective over a long period of time. Choosing one direction does not mean that you will never have other interests or dreams. Instead, it means deciding which goal deserves your main attention at this stage of your life. By identifying the primary direction, you give yourself permission to concentrate your best efforts where they matter most. This decision creates clarity. Instead of wondering what you should be doing next, you already know the path you have chosen. One of the biggest obstacles to focusing on one direction is the fear of missing other opportunities. Many people worry that by choosing one goal, they will lose the chance to pursue something else. However, constantly chasing multiple possibilities often lead to confusion and unfinished work. Success in any field usually requires deep commitment. When you invest your attention fully in one direction, you develop stronger skills, deeper knowledge, and greater experience. Focus also improves the quality of your work. When your mind is not constantly jumping between different objectives, you can concentrate more deeply on the task in front of you. This deeper concentration allows you to solve problems more effectively, learn faster, and produce better results. Over time, this improvement in quality can make a significant difference in your achievements. Another advantage of focusing on one direction is the ability to build momentum. Progress in any area often begins slowly. In the early stages, it may feel like your efforts are not producing visible results. However, consistent focus allows small improvements to accumulate. Each step builds on the previous one, creating a steady path forward. When your attention remains fixed on the same goal, this momentum continues to grow. Distractions are one of the greatest challenges to maintaining focus. Modern life offers endless sources of entertainment, information, and alternative opportunities. While many of these can be valuable, they can also pull your attention away from your primary objective. Without a clear direction, it becomes easy to follow whatever appears most interesting or exciting at the moment. Focusing on one direction acts like a filter. It helps you decide which opportunities support your goal and which ones do not. Clarity about your direction also improves decision-making. Every day, you face choices about how to spend your time, what activities to pursue, and which opportunities to accept. When you know your main direction, these decisions become easier. You can evaluate each option by asking whether it moves you closer to your goal. If it does, you invest your energy in it. If it does not, you can confidently decline it and protect your focus. Another important benefit of concentrating on one direction is the development of discipline. Discipline grows through repeated practice. When you consistently choose actions that support your goal, you strengthen your ability to stay committed. Over time, this habit becomes part of your character. You become someone who finishes what they start and who remains dedicated even when the journey becomes difficult. Focusing on one direction also encourages patience. Many meaningful achievements require time. When people expect quick results, they often become discouraged and change direction too soon. By committing to one path, you accept that progress may take months or even years. This patience allows you to stay consistent long enough to experience the rewards of your effort. Another powerful effect of single direction focus is increased confidence. When you devote your attention to one goal, you begin to notice improvement in your abilities. Skills that once seemed difficult gradually become easier. This progress builds belief in your potential. Confidence grows not from random success, but from consistent effort in a specific area. Concentrating on one direction also helps you develop expertise. Expertise requires deep understanding and repeated practice. When your attention is divided among many different pursuits, it is difficult to gain mastery in any of them. But when you dedicate your time to one field or objective, you accumulate knowledge and experience more quickly. Over time, this expertise can open new opportunities and increase your influence. Another important aspect of focus is the reduction of mental stress. Trying to manage too many goals at once can create pressure, confusion. Your mind constantly shifts from one responsibility to another, making it difficult to feel satisfied with your progress. By choosing one main direction, you simplify your priorities. This simplicity allows your mind to relax and concentrate more effectively. Commitment to one direction also strengthens perseverance. Every goal includes challenges and setbacks. When people lack focus, these difficulties often cause them to abandon their efforts and move on to something else. However, when you are fully committed to a single direction, you are more likely to face obstacles with determination. Instead of quitting, you search for solutions and continue working toward your objective. Focusing on one direction also improves time management. When your priorities are clear, you become more aware of how your daily schedule supports or hinders your progress. You begin organizing your time in ways that allow consistent work toward your goal. Even small blocks of focused effort can produce significant results when repeated regularly. Another benefit is stronger motivation. Motivation becomes more powerful when it is connected to a clear purpose. When you know exactly what you are trying to achieve, your efforts feel meaningful. Each task becomes part of a larger journey rather than isolated activity. This sense of purpose can inspire you to continue working even when your energy feels low. Focusing on one direction also encourages learning. As you pursue your goal, you naturally encounter new challenges that require new knowledge or skills. Instead of learning randomly, your education becomes targeted. You seek information that directly supports your progress. This focused learning often leads to faster improvement and greater confidence. Another advantage of maintaining a clear direction is the ability to measure progress more accurately. When your attention is spread across multiple goals, it can be difficult to see how much you have accomplished. But when you concentrate on one objective, each improvement becomes more visible. This visibility helps you stay motivated and adjust your strategies when necessary. Focus also strengthens resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and continue moving forward. When your direction is clear, you are less likely to become discouraged by temporary failures. You understand that setbacks are part of the process and that persistence will eventually produce results. Another important aspect of focusing on one direction is the sense of identity it creates. Over time, your consistent effort shapes how you see yourself. You begin to identify with your goal and the values it represents. This identity strengthens your commitment because your actions become aligned with who you believe you are. The habit of concentrating on one direction can influence every area of your life. It teaches you to prioritize, manage distractions, and remain dedicated to meaningful objectives. These skills are valuable, not only for achieving specific goals, but also for building a disciplined and purposeful life. As your focus becomes stronger, you may also inspire others. People often admire individuals who show clear dedication to their goals. Your commitment can encourage those around you to pursue their own ambitions with greater determination. Another long-term benefit of maintaining a clear direction is the accumulation of experience. Each year spent working toward your goal adds to your understanding and skill. This accumulation creates advantages that cannot be gained through scattered effort. Focusing on one direction also creates a sense of progress and fulfillment. When you dedicate your energy to something meaningful and watch your abilities grow, you experience a deep sense of satisfaction. The journey itself becomes rewarding because you can see the results of your dedication. Over time, this consistent focus shapes your future in powerful ways. Opportunities begin to appear that align with your skills and interests. Your reputation may grow as someone who is reliable, dedicated, and determined. By choosing a single direction and committing to it fully, you transform your efforts into a powerful force. Instead of moving in many different directions without clear results, you channel your energy toward a meaningful objective. Each day of focused effort becomes another step along a path that leads steadily toward growth, achievement, and personal fulfillment. Many people believe that motivation is the most important factor for success. They wait for the moment when they feel excited, inspired, and ready to work hard toward their goals. In the beginning, motivation can be very powerful. It creates energy, enthusiasm, and the desire to start something new. When a person first decides to pursue a goal, they often feel a surge of inspiration. They imagine the rewards, the achievements, and the changes that success will bring to their lives. However, motivation alone is not reliable. It comes and goes depending on mood, circumstances, and emotions. This is why consistency is far more important than motivation when it comes to achieving long-term success. Motivation is often influenced by how we feel at a particular moment. On some days, people feel energetic and optimistic. On other days, they may feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. If someone only works toward their goals when they feel motivated, their progress will be unpredictable. There will be days of great effort followed by long periods of inactivity. This pattern makes it very difficult to achieve meaningful results because success usually requires steady and repeated effort over time. Consistency, on the other hand, is the ability to continue taking action regardless of how you feel. It means showing up every day and doing what needs to be done, even when you are not excited or inspired. Consistency transforms effort into a habit rather than a temporary burst of enthusiasm. When actions become habits, they require less emotional energy to perform. Instead of relying on motivation, you rely on routine and discipline. One of the greatest advantages of consistency is that it builds momentum. When you take small steps toward your goal every day, those steps begin to accumulate. Each action adds to the progress made before it. Over time, these small efforts combine to produce significant results. A person who works steadily and consistently often achieves more than someone who works intensely for short periods and then stops for long stretches. Consistency also strengthens skills. Improvement in any area requires practice. Whether someone is studying, learning a new language, developing a talent, or building a business, progress comes through repetition. When you practice consistently, your abilities gradually improve. What once felt difficult becomes easier, and what once required great effort becomes more natural. This steady improvement is rarely possible when effort is irregular. Another important aspect of consistency is the development of discipline. Discipline is the ability to act according to your goals rather than your feelings. It means doing what is necessary, even when you do not feel like doing it. Motivation may inspire you to start, but discipline ensures that you continue. Consistency strengthens discipline because it requires you to repeat productive actions again and again. Many successful people attribute their achievements not to constant motivation, but to consistent effort. They understand that waiting for motivation can become a form of procrastination. Instead of asking whether they feel inspired, they focus on the commitment they made to their goals. By honoring that commitment every day, they make progress regardless of their emotional state. Consistency also helps create structure in daily life. When you develop regular habits related to your goals, you reduce the need to make constant decisions about what to do next. Your routine already got your actions. This structure saves mental energy and allows you to concentrate more fully on the quality of your work. Another advantage of consistent effort is that it builds confidence. Each day that you follow through on your commitment strengthens your belief in your own reliability. You begin to trust yourself more because you see evidence that you can stay dedicated to your goals. This self-trust becomes a powerful source of motivation in itself. Consistency also helps reduce the fear of large challenges. When a goal appears too big or complicated, it can feel overwhelming. However, when you focus on taking one small step at a time, the task becomes more manageable. Instead of worrying about the entire journey, you concentrate on what you can accomplish today. Over time, these small steps gradually lead to major achievements. Another benefit of consistency is that it keeps your goals active in your mind. When you work on something regularly, you remain connected to it. You continue thinking about ways to improve and overcome obstacles. If you stop working on your goal for long periods, Your focus may fade and restarting may become more difficult. Consistency also prepares you to handle setbacks. In any long-term pursuit, challenges and failures are inevitable. People who rely only on motivation may feel discouraged when they encounter difficulty because their enthusiasm was based on positive expectation. However, those who value consistency understand that setbacks are part of the process. Their routine continues even when results are not immediate. Another powerful aspect of consistent effort is the compounding effect it creates. Just as small financial investments can grow over time through compound interest, small daily improvements can accumulate into significant progress. When you improve even slightly each day, those improvements multiply as weeks and months pass. Consistency also makes it easier to develop productive habits. Habits formed through repetition. When you repeat the same action regularly, your brain begins to recognize it as a normal part of your routine. Eventually, the action requires less conscious effort because it has become automatic. This is why consistent behavior is so effective in achieving long-term goals. Another reason consistency is more powerful than motivation is that it protects you from emotional fluctuations. Everyone experiences days when they feel less enthusiastic or confident. If your success depends on motivation, these emotional changes can interrupt your progress. Consistency allows you to continue working even when your feelings are not ideal. Consistent effort also builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to continue moving forward, despite challenges or disappointments. Each time you maintain your routine during a difficult moment, you strengthen your resilience. Over time, you become better prepared to handle obstacles without losing focus. Another important benefit of consistency is the sense of accomplishment it creates. Completing tasks regularly provides a feeling of progress and satisfaction. These small successes reinforce your determination and encourage you to continue. Consistency also improves productivity. When you dedicate time to your goals every day, you gradually become more efficient. You learn how to manage your time better and eliminate unnecessary distraction. This efficiency allows you to accomplish more within the same amount of time. Another advantage of consistent work is that it builds a strong foundation for future success. Each effort adds to your experience and knowledge. Even if progress seems slow at first, these accumulated efforts eventually create significant opportunity. Consistency also helps maintain balance between ambition and patience. While motivation often focuses on immediate excitement, consistency recognizes that meaningful achievements take time. This balanced perspective encourages persistence rather than impatience. Another powerful effect of consistent behavior is that it shapes your identity. When you repeatedly act in alignment with your goals, you begin to see yourself as someone who is disciplined and dedicated. This identity reinforces your habits because your actions match the person you believe you are becoming. Consistency also encourages long-term thinking. Instead of focusing only on short bursts of effort, you start considering how your daily actions contribute to your future. This perspective helps you remain committed even when immediate results are not visible. Another important aspect of consistent effort is that it inspires trust from others. People tend to respect individuals who show reliability and dedication. Whether in school, work, or personal relationships, consistent behavior demonstrates responsibility and commitment. Consistency also allows you to adapt and improve. When you work regularly toward your goals, you gain continuous feedback about what is effective and what needs adjustment. This feedback helps you refine your strategy and become more effective over time. Another benefit is the development of patience and perseverance. These qualities grow naturally when you practice steady effort. You learn to appreciate gradual progress and to remain committed during periods where results are not immediately visible. Consistency also strengthens your mental endurance. Each day that you maintain your routine, despite distractions or fatigue, builds your ability to stay focused. This endurance becomes a valuable asset in any challenging pursuit. Over time, the habit of consistent effort can transform your entire approach to life. Instead of waiting for inspiration, you take responsibility for your progress. Your actions become guided by commitment rather than emotion. The most important realization is that motivation may start the journey, but consistency carries it forward. Motivation is like a spark that ignites the fire, but consistency is the steady fuel that keeps it burning. When you learn to value consistent effort more than temporary enthusiasm, you develop a powerful system for achieving your goals and creating lasting success. Excuses are one of the most common obstacles that prevent people from reaching their goals. Almost everyone has dreams and ambitions, but many people struggle to achieve them because they allow excuses to take control of their actions. An excuse often appears harmless at first. It may sound reasonable or even justified. However, over time, excuses become a habit that weakens determination and slows progress. Removing excuses from your life is not simply about working harder, it is about changing the way you think about responsibility, challenges, and personal growth. An excuse is often a way to avoid discomfort. Working toward a meaningful goal usually requires effort, patience, and sacrifice. It may involve waking up early, studying longer, practicing difficult skills, or facing the possibility of failure. These experiences can feel uncomfortable, and the human mind naturally tries to avoid discomfort. When people create excuses, they are often protecting themselves from these challenging feelings. They might say they are too busy, too tired, or not ready yet. While these reasons may appear valid, they can gradually prevent meaningful progress. One of the most powerful steps in removing excuses, recognizing them honestly. Excuses are not always obvious because they can disguise themselves as logical explanations. For example, someone might say they will start working toward their goal next week when they have more time. Another person might claim that they need better conditions or more resources before they can begin. While preparation and planning are important, sometimes these explanations simply delay action. Learning to identify when you are making an excuse rather than solving a real problem is an important skill. Taking personal responsibility is essential in eliminating excuses. Responsibility means acknowledging that your choices and actions shape your results. It does not mean that you control every circumstance in your life, because external challenges and unexpected events can always occur. However, responsibility focuses on what you can control: your attitude, effort, and persistence. When you accept responsibility for your progress, excuses lose their power because you no longer blame circumstances or other people for your lack of action. Another important aspect of removing excuses is developing a mindset that values solutions instead of obstacles. When people rely on excuses, they tend to focus on reasons why something cannot be done. Their attention remains on the problem rather than the possibility of improvement. A solution-oriented mindset asks a different question. Instead of asking why something is difficult, it asks what steps can be taken to move forward. This shift in thinking encourages creativity and determination. Excuses often arise when goals appear overwhelming. A person might feel that the task is too large or too complicated to complete. When this happens, the mind looks for ways to avoid the challenge. One effective way to reduce excuses is to break large goals into smaller, manageable steps. When tasks become simpler and more achievable, it becomes easier to begin working on them immediately. Fear is another factor that can lead to excuses. Many people are afraid of failure, criticism, or disappointment. These fears can create hesitation and self-doubt. Instead of admitting that fear is holding them back, individuals may create excuses that appear more acceptable. For example, someone might say they do not have enough time or resources when the real issue is fear of trying and failing. Recognizing fear and facing it honestly can help remove these hidden excuses. Removing excuses also requires discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you would prefer to avoid it. It involves prioritizing long-term goals over temporary comfort. When you practice discipline regularly, you strengthen your ability to take action despite difficulties. Over time, disciplined behavior becomes a habit and excuses become less convincing. Another important element is self-awareness. Understanding your own patterns of thinking can help you identify when excuses begin to appear. Some people make excuses when they feel tired or stressed. Others do it when they encounter unexpected challenges. By recognizing these patterns, you can prepare strategies to respond differently in the future. Accountability can also play a valuable role in removing excuses. When people share their goals with others, they create an additional layer of responsibility. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitment can encourage you to follow through on your plans. Mentors, friends, teachers, or colleagues can provide encouragement and remind you of your responsibilities when motivation becomes weak. Another way to eliminate excuses is by focusing on progress rather than perfection. Some people delay action because they believe they must be fully prepared before starting. They may wait until conditions are ideal or until they feel completely confident. However, perfect conditions rarely exist. Waiting for perfection can become a powerful excuse that prevents any progress at all. Accepting that mistakes and imperfections are part of learning allows you to start sooner and improve gradually. Time management is also closely connected to excuses. Many individuals claim they do not have enough time to pursue their goals. While some responsibilities are unavoidable, it is often possible to reorganize priorities. Examining how time is spent during the day can reveal opportunities for improvement. Reducing unnecessary distractions and focusing on meaningful tasks can create valuable time for personal development. Removing excuses also requires mental resilience. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable when pursuing ambitious goals. During difficult moments, it can be tempting to justify giving up or slowing down. Developing resilience means maintaining commitment despite these obstacles. Instead of seeing difficulties as reasons to stop, resilient individuals view them as opportunity to learn and grow. Another helpful strategy is to focus on the benefits of action rather than the discomfort of effort. When people concentrate only on how difficult a task feels, they may become discouraged. However, when they think about the long-term rewards of their work, their motivation increases. Visualizing the positive outcomes of consistent effort can reduce the temptation to make excuses. Self-discipline can also be strengthened by creating routines. When certain actions become part of your daily schedule, they require less mental debate. For example, setting a specific time each day for studying, practicing, or working toward a goal removes the need to decide whether or not to do it. The routine itself encourages consistency. Another important aspect of eliminating excuses is maintaining a positive internal dialogue. The way people speak to themselves has a strong influence on their behavior. Negative thoughts such as "I cannot do this" or "it is too difficult" can quickly turn into excuses. Replacing these thoughts with constructive statements like "I will try my best" or "I can improve with practice" encourages action rather than avoidance. Learning from past experiences can also help reduce excuses. Reflecting on moments when excuses prevented progress can provide valuable insight. Understanding the consequences of those choices can strengthen the determination to respond differently in the future. Another factor that helps remove excuses is setting realistic expectations. If goals are too vague or unrealistic, people may feel discouraged and look for ways to justify their lack of progress. Clear and achievable objectives make it easier to stay focused and maintain accountability. Support from others can also play an important role. Encouragement from mentors, teachers, family members, or friends can strengthen determination. Positive support reminds individuals that their efforts are worthwhile and that challenges can be overcome. Another powerful strategy is celebrating small achievements. When progress is recognized and appreciated, motivation increases. Each completed step reinforces the belief that effort produces results. This sense of progress makes excuses less appealing because the rewards of action become visible. Removing excuses also requires patience. Personal habits do not change overnight. Someone who has relied on excuses for a long time may need time to develop new patterns of thinking and behavior. Consistent effort and self-reflection gradually replace excuses with responsibility and determination. Another important aspect is developing confidence in your own ability. Confidence grows through experience and repeated effort. Each time you overcome an excuse and take action, you strengthen your belief in yourself. This confidence makes it easier to face future challenges without hesitation. Ultimately, removing excuses is about choosing growth over comfort. It requires accepting that progress involves effort, discipline, and persistence. Instead of searching for reasons why something cannot be done, you begin focusing on what steps can move you forward. As excuses disappear from your thinking, your perspective changes. Challenges become opportunities to develop resilience and creativity. Responsibilities become chances to demonstrate commitment. Each action you take strengthens your ability to pursue your goals with determination and confidence, gradually transforming effort into achievement through responsibility and perseverance. Working daily toward your goals is one of the most important habits a person can develop. Many people have dreams and ambitions, but the difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck often comes down to daily action. Success rarely happens because of one big effort or a single moment of inspiration. Instead, it is usually the result of consistent work done over many days, weeks, months, and even years. Each day offers an opportunity to take a small step forward, and when these steps accumulate, they create meaningful progress. When people think about achieving a big goal, they sometimes imagine dramatic actions or sudden breakthroughs. While these moments can occur, they are usually built upon a foundation of steady effort. Daily work may not always feel exciting or dramatic, but it is the process that transforms an idea into reality. By working towards your goal every day, you keep your vision active and continue building momentum. One of the most powerful benefits of daily effort is the development of routine. When you dedicate time each day to your goal, that action gradually becomes part of your normal schedule. Instead of constantly deciding when to work or whether to work, the habit becomes automatic. This routine removes many of the mental barriers that prevent people from starting tasks. Daily action also keeps your mind focused on your goal. When you engage with your objective regularly, it remains a priority in your thoughts. You begin to notice opportunities related to it. And you become more aware of the skills or knowledge you need to improve. This constant awareness helps you stay connected to your purpose and maintain motivation. Another advantage of working daily toward your goals is the gradual improvement of skills. Learning and mastery require repetition. Whether you are studying, practicing a sport, learning a language, or building a career, progress occurs through repeated effort. Each day of practice strengthens your abilities and increases your confidence. Small improvements may seem insignificant at first, but they accumulate over time. A person who improves a little each day can achieve remarkable results after many months or years. This principle demonstrates the power of consistent effort. Instead of waiting for perfect conditions or large blocks of time, you use the opportunities available each day to move forward. Working daily toward your goals also helps overcome procrastination. Procrastination often occurs when tasks appear too large or overwhelming. By committing to daily action, you break the work into smaller pieces. Each piece becomes manageable, making it easier to begin. Once you start, the momentum of progress encourages you to continue. Another important benefit of daily work is the sense of accomplishment it provides. Completing tasks regularly creates a feeling of productivity and satisfaction. Even small achievements can boost confidence and reinforce your determination to continue. These positive experiences make the journey more rewarding and sustainable. Daily effort also builds discipline. Discipline is the ability to act according to your goals, even when you do not feel motivated. When you practice working every day, you strengthen your ability to follow through on commitments. Over time, discipline becomes a natural part of your behavior. Consistency in daily work also helps manage time more effectively. When you schedule time each day for your goals, you become more aware of how your time is used. This awareness encourages you to reduce distraction and prioritize meaningful activities. Instead of waiting for free time to appear, you create it intentionally. Another advantage of daily action is the opportunity to learn from mistakes. When you work regularly, you encounter challenges and obstacles that reveal areas for improvement. Each difficulty provides valuable feedback. By addressing these issues promptly, you refine your strategies and become more effective. Working daily toward your goals also helps maintain momentum during difficult periods. Everyone experiences days when motivation is low or circumstances are challenging. However, the habit of daily effort encourages you to continue even during these moments. Maintaining progress during difficult times strengthens resilience and determination. Another important aspect of daily work is the development of patience. Many goals require long periods of effort before results become visible. Daily action reminds you that progress is a gradual process. Instead of expecting immediate success, you learn to appreciate the value of steady improvement. Daily effort also encourages creativity. When you engage with your goal frequently, your mind continues thinking about it even outside your work session. New ideas and solutions may appear unexpectedly because your brain remains focused on the challenge. Another benefit of daily work is the reduction of stress. When tasks accumulate without action, they can create anxiety and pressure. Addressing your goals regularly prevents this buildup. By taking consistent steps, you maintain control over your progress and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Working daily toward your goals also strengthens self-confidence. Each completed task demonstrates your ability to follow through on commitments. Over time, this pattern builds trust in your own reliability. You begin to see yourself as someone who takes action and produces results. Another powerful effect of daily effort is the formation of productive habits. Habits shape much of human behavior. When positive actions become habits, they require less mental effort to maintain. This efficiency allows you to continue progressing even during busy or stressful periods. Daily work also supports continuous learning. As you pursue your goal, you discover new information, techniques, and perspectives. Engaging with the subject regularly allows you to absorb this knowledge gradually. Learning becomes a natural part of your routine rather than a separate activity. Another advantage is the ability to adapt quickly. When you work on your goal every day, you can evaluate what is working and what needs adjustment. If a strategy is not effective, you can change it promptly and continue moving forward. Working daily toward your goals also helps build resilience. Obstacles and setbacks are inevitable in any meaningful pursuit. The habit of daily action encourages persistence even when progress feels slow. Instead of stopping completely, you continue making small efforts that eventually lead to improvement. Another important benefit is the strengthening of commitment. Each day that you invest time in your goal reinforces the importance of that objective in your life. The repeated action deepens your dedication and reminds you why you started. Daily effort also creates a sense of purpose. Having a goal to work toward gives direction to your time and energy. Each day becomes an opportunity to contribute to something meaningful. Another advantage is the ability to measure progress more accurately. When you work regularly, you can observe changes and improvements over time. These observations provide valuable feedback and encourage further effort. Working daily toward your goals also encourages responsibility. Instead of relying on luck or external circumstances, you take control of your progress. Your results become the product of your own actions and decisions. Another benefit is the development of mental endurance. Concentrating on a goal every day strengthens your ability to focus and maintain attention. This endurance becomes valuable in many areas of life. Daily action also helps maintain enthusiasm. When you remain connected to your goal through regular work, your interest and curiosity continue to grow. This engagement keeps the journey exciting and meaningful. Another advantage is the accumulation of experience. Each day of effort adds to your understanding and skill. Over time, this experience becomes a powerful resource, supports future success. Working daily toward your goals also inspires others. People often admire individuals who demonstrate dedication and perseverance. Your consistent effort may encourage those around you to pursue their own ambitions. Another important aspect is the long-term transformation that daily effort creates. Small actions repeated over many years can completely change a person's abilities, opportunities, and achievements. Daily work also helps build a strong foundation for larger accomplishment. Major successes are often built upon countless small actions performed consistently. Another benefit is the development of a growth mindset. When you work toward your goals regularly, you begin to view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to avoid. Working daily toward your goals also encourages gratitude for progress. Each step forward becomes meaningful because it represents effort and commitment. Another powerful outcome is the sense of ownership you develop over your achievements. Because you invested time and energy consistently, your success feels earned and deeply satisfying. Through daily action, dreams gradually transform into reality. What once seemed distant or impossible becomes achievable through steady effort and dedication. Each day of work adds another piece to the larger picture of your goals, demonstrating that consistent action is one of the most reliable paths to meaningful progress and lasting success. Expecting obstacles and challenges is an important mindset when working toward any meaningful goal. Many people begin their journey towards success with excitement and optimism. They imagine the results they want to achieve and the positive changes that success will bring to their lives. However, they often overlook the difficulties that may appear along the way. When challenges eventually arise, they may feel surprised, discouraged, or even defeated. Understanding from the beginning that obstacles are a natural part of progress can help prepare your mind to face them with strength and determination. Every meaningful goal requires effort, time, and persistence. During this process, problems and setbacks are almost unavoidable. These difficulties may appear in many forms. Sometimes they involve limited resources, unexpected responsibilities, or external circumstances that make progress more difficult. At other times, the obstacles may come from within, such as self-doubt, fear of failure, or lack of confidence. Recognizing that these challenges are normal can prevent discouragement and help maintain focus. When people expect obstacles, they are less likely to interpret them as signs of failure. Instead of thinking that something has gone wrong, they understand that difficulties are part of the journey. This perspective helps maintain motivation during challenging moments. Instead of quitting or losing hope, individuals with this mindset focus on finding solutions and continuing forward. One of the benefits of expecting challenges is mental preparation. When you know that difficulties will appear, you become more attentive to potential risks and problems. This awareness allows you to plan ahead and develop strategies to manage these situations. Preparation does not eliminate every challenge, but it can reduce their impact and help you respond more effectively. Challenges also provide opportunities for learning and growth. Each obstacle forces you to think, adapt, and develop new skills. Without challenges, personal growth will be limited. Difficult situations encourage creativity and problem solving. When people work through problems successfully, they gain valuable experience that strengthens their abilities. Another important aspect of facing obstacles is resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks and continue moving forward. People who expect challenges understand that setbacks do not define their future. Instead, they view each setback as a temporary event that can be overcome with effort and persistence. Challenges can also reveal strengths that individuals may not have recognized before. When circumstances require determination and courage, people often discover abilities they did not realize they possessed. Overcoming difficulties can build confidence and strengthen belief in one's potential. Another benefit of expecting obstacles is the development of patience. Achieving meaningful goals often takes longer than expected. Progress may occur slowly, and setbacks may delay results. When individuals anticipate these possibilities, they are less likely to become frustrated by temporary delays. Instead, they remain focused on long-term success. Challenges also encourage problem-solving skills. When people encounter difficulties, they must analyze the situation and consider possible solutions. This process improves critical thinking and creativity. Over time, individuals become more skilled at identifying solutions and adapting to changing circumstances. Expecting obstacles also helps maintain realistic expectations. When people imagine success without considering difficulties, they may develop unrealistic hopes about how quickly progress will occur. When reality does not match these expectations, disappointment can lead to discouragement. Recognizing that challenges are part of the journey helps maintain a balanced perspective. Another important benefit of this mindset is increased determination. When people prepare themselves mentally for obstacles, they strengthen their commitment to continue despite difficulties. Instead of being surprised by challenges, they see them as tests of their dedication. Obstacles also encourage flexibility. Sometimes the original plan may not work as expected. In these situations, individuals must adjust their strategies and explore new approaches. Flexibility allows people to adapt without abandoning their goal. Another valuable lesson from challenges is the importance of perseverance. Perseverance means continuing to work toward a goal even when progress becomes difficult. Each obstacle provides an opportunity to practice perseverance and strengthen this important quality. Facing challenges can also increase appreciation for success. Achievements that require effort and persistence often feel more meaningful than those that come easily. The experience of overcoming obstacles adds value to the final accomplishment. Another advantage of expecting obstacles is a reduction of fear. When people view challenges as normal rather than threatening, they become less intimidated by difficult situations. This confidence encourages them to continue pursuing their goals with courage. Challenges can also strengthen character. Difficult experiences often teach important lessons about responsibility, patience, and determination. These qualities contribute to personal growth and prepare individuals for future opportunity. Another important aspect of overcoming obstacles is learning from mistakes. Mistakes are often unavoidable when pursuing ambitious goals. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, successful individuals treat them as valuable lessons. Each mistake provides information about what needs improvement. Expecting challenges also encourages persistence in the face of criticism or doubt from others. Sometimes people may question your goals or express skepticism about your ability to succeed. When you understand that such reactions can occur, you are better prepared to remain focused on your purpose. Another benefit of facing obstacles is the development of independence. When individuals solve problems and overcome difficulties on their own, they gain confidence in their abilities. This independence strengthens self-reliance and personal responsibility. Challenges can also inspire innovation. Difficult situations often require creative solutions. Many important discoveries and inventions have emerged from attempts to overcome obstacles. Another valuable outcome of facing challenges is the development of emotional strength. Difficult moments test patience and self-control. Learning to manage emotions during these situations helps maintain clarity and focus. Expecting obstacles also encourages preparation. People who anticipate challenges often create backup plans and consider alternative strategies. This preparation increases the likelihood of success even when unexpected events occur. Another important lesson from challenges is the value of persistence over perfection. Some people hesitate to act because they fear making mistakes. However, challenges demonstrate that progress often requires trial and error. Accepting imperfections allows individuals to continue learning and improving. Obstacles can also strengthen relationships. During difficult times, support from friends, family members, mentors, or colleagues can provide encouragement and guidance. Shared experiences of overcoming challenges often build trust and mutual respect. Another advantage of this mindset is long-term growth. Each challenge faced and overcome adds to a person's experience and wisdom. These lessons accumulate over time and contribute to future success. Facing obstacles also helps individuals develop courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to continue despite it. Each time a person confronts a difficult situation, they strengthen their ability to act bravely. Another important benefit is the development of gratitude. After overcoming significant challenges, people often gain a deeper appreciation for their achievements and the support they received along the way. Expecting obstacles also encourages humility. Difficult experiences remind individuals that success requires effort and continuous learning. This humility keeps them open to new ideas and improvements. Challenges can also reveal priorities. When difficulties arise, individuals must decide what truly matters to them. This process clarifies goals and strengthens commitment to meaningful pursuits. Another valuable outcome is the strengthening of focus. Obstacles often test dedication and require careful attention to overcome. This process improves concentration and determination. Facing challenges also builds endurance. Long-term goals may require sustained effort over extended periods. Overcoming obstacles teaches individuals how to maintain commitment during difficult phases. Another benefit is increased confidence in future challenges. Each successful experience of overcoming difficulty reinforces the belief that new challenges can also be managed. Expecting obstacles encourages a proactive mindset. Instead of waiting for problems to appear, individuals remain alert and prepared to respond quickly. Another important aspect is the recognition that challenges are temporary. Difficult situations may feel overwhelming at the moment, but they rarely last forever. Maintaining perspective helps individuals remain patient and persistent. Ultimately, the presence of obstacles does not mean that success is impossible. Instead, challenges often serve as tests that strengthen determination and encourage growth. By expecting difficulties and preparing to face them with resilience and creativity, individuals develop the skills, confidence, and perseverance necessary to continue moving forward and transforming challenges into opportunities for learning and achievement. Believing in yourself, even when others do not, is one of the most important qualities a person can develop while pursuing their goals. Throughout life, there will always be moments when people doubt your abilities, question your decisions, or underestimate your potential. These doubts may come from strangers, acquaintances, or sometimes even from people who care about you. When this happens, it can feel discouraging and painful. However, the ability to maintain confidence in yourself despite these doubts is often what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up too early. Self-belief begins with understanding your own potential. Every person has unique talents, abilities, and strengths that may not always be visible to others. Sometimes these abilities are still developing and have not yet had the chance to show their full value. Because of this, others may judge your potential based only on what they see in the present moment. They may not realize the dedication, effort, and growth that you are capable of achieving over time. When people doubt you, it does not necessarily mean that your goals are impossible. Often, their doubts reflect their own experiences, fears, or limited perspective. Some individuals may struggle to imagine possibilities beyond what they have personally experienced. Others may believe that certain achievements are unrealistic because they have never attempted them themselves. Understanding this can help prevent you from allowing their doubts to weaken your confidence. Believing in yourself requires developing a strong inner voice that encourages you to continue moving forward. This voice reminds you of your purpose, your goals, and the reasons you started your journey. When external criticism or doubt appears, this inner belief acts as a source of strength that helps you remain focused on your path. Self-belief is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. Instead, it is about trusting your ability to learn, adapt, and improve through effort and persistence. Confidence grows when you recognize that your abilities are not fixed, but can develop over time with practice and dedication. Another important aspect of believing in yourself is learning to value your own vision. Sometimes your goals may seem unusual or unrealistic to others. People may question why you are pursuing a certain path or suggest that you choose something safer or more conventional. While advice can sometimes be helpful, it is important to remember that your dreams belong to you. Only you can fully understand the meaning and importance they hold in your life. Believing in yourself also requires patience. Progress toward meaningful goals often takes time. During this period, others may not immediately see the results of your efforts. They may assume that your plan is not working or that your ambitions are unrealistic. However, many achievements require long periods of preparation and consistent work before success becomes visible. Another factor that strengthens self-belief is preparation. When you work consistently to improve your skills and knowledge, your confidence naturally increases. Each step of preparation reminds you that you are investing in your potential. Even if others do not yet recognize your progress, you know that your efforts are moving you closer to your goal. Facing criticism is another challenge that requires strong self-belief. Criticism can sometimes be useful when it provides constructive feedback that helps you improve. However, not all criticism is helpful. Some criticism may be based on misunderstanding, negativity, or personal bias. So, learning to distinguish between helpful feedback and discouraging negativity allows you to benefit from valuable advice without allowing unnecessary doubt to weaken your confidence. Believing in yourself also involves developing resilience. Resilience is the ability to remain determined despite setbacks, difficulties, or criticism. When people doubt your ability, resilience helps you maintain focus and continue working toward your goals. Instead of allowing doubt to stop you, you use it as motivation to prove that progress is possible. Another important element of self-belief is recognizing your past achievements. Reflecting on previous successes can remind you that you have already overcome challenges and accomplished meaningful goals. These memories serve as evidence that you are capable of continued growth and success. Supportive relationships can also strengthen your confidence. While some people may doubt your abilities, others may encourage and support your efforts. Friends, mentors, teachers, or family members who believe in your potential can provide valuable encouragement during difficult moments. Their support can remind you that you are not alone in your journey. However, even when support is limited, self-belief remains essential. There may be moments when very few people understand or believe in your vision. During these times, your own confidence becomes the most important source of motivation. Trusting yourself allows you to continue moving forward, even when encouragement from others is scarce. Another powerful aspect of believing in yourself is the ability to turn doubt into motivation. When people question your abilities, you can use their skepticism as inspiration to work harder and demonstrate your potential. Instead of becoming discouraged, you channel that energy into determination and focus. Self-belief also helps you take risks that may lead to growth. Many opportunities require courage and the willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. Without confidence in your abilities, it can be difficult to take these risks. Believing in yourself encourages you to try new challenges and explore possibilities that others might avoid. Another important benefit of self-belief is improved decision-making. When you trust your own judgment, you are more likely to make choices that align with your values and goals. Instead of constantly seeking approval from others, you rely on your own understanding experience. Believing in yourself also encourages persistence. Long-term goals often involve obstacles and setbacks that test your commitment. When others doubt your potential, it can add another layer of difficulty. Self-belief helps you remain dedicated to your purpose despite these challenges. Another aspect of confidence is the willingness to learn from mistakes. Self-belief does not mean expecting perfection. Instead, it means understanding that mistakes are part of the learning process. When you believe in your ability to improve, mistakes become opportunities for growth rather than reasons to give up. Believing in yourself also inspires creativity and innovation. When you trust your ideas and abilities, you are more likely to experiment with new approaches and explore unique solutions to problems. Another important outcome of self-belief is independence. When you trust yourself, you become less dependent on constant validation from others. This independence allows you to pursue your goals with greater freedom and determination. Self-belief can also inspire others. When people see someone pursuing their goals with confidence and determination, they may begin to reconsider their own doubts. Your example can encourage others to believe in their own potential to pursue their ambition. Another valuable benefit is emotional strength. Doubt from others can sometimes feel discouraging, but self-belief provides a sense of stability and inner confidence. This emotional strength allows you to remain calm and focused even when facing criticism or negativity. Believing in yourself also helps maintain enthusiasm for your goals. When you trust your abilities, you remain excited about the possibilities ahead. This enthusiasm fuels your commitment and encourages continuous effort. Another important aspect is recognizing that confidence grows over time. Self-belief does not always appear instantly. It often develops gradually through repeated effort, learning, and perseverance. Each challenge overcome strengthens your confidence and reinforces your belief in your potential. Believing in yourself also encourages long-term thinking. Instead of focusing only on immediate approval and recognition, you remain dedicated to your long-term vision. Another benefit is the ability to remain authentic. When you trust yourself, you are less likely to change your goals or values simply to gain approval from others. Authenticity allows you to pursue a path that truly reflects your passions and aspirations. Self-belief also supports personal growth. When you believe in your potential, you are more willing to invest time and effort in learning new skills and improving yourself. Another important outcome is the ability to remain hopeful during difficult times. Challenges and setbacks can test your determination, but self-belief reminds you that progress is still possible. Believing in yourself ultimately means trusting that your dedication, effort, and perseverance can lead to meaningful achievements. Even when others doubt your abilities or question your goals, your confidence acts as a guiding force that keeps you moving forward. Through patience, resilience, and consistent effort, self-belief gradually transforms doubt into determination. Each step you take strengthens your confidence and brings you closer to your goals, proving that belief in your own potential can be one of the most powerful forces in shaping your future. Staying disciplined when things get hard is one of the most important qualities a person can develop while pursuing any meaningful goal. In the beginning of a journey, excitement and motivation often make it easier to work towards success. When a goal is new, people feel inspired by the possibilities and the positive changes they hope to achieve. However, as time passes, challenges begin to appear. Progress may become slower, obstacles may arise, and the effort required may feel heavier than expected. It is during these moments that discipline becomes more important than motivation. Discipline is the ability to continue doing what needs to be done, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. It means staying committed to your goals, regardless of temporary emotions, distractions, or setbacks. While motivation can start the journey, discipline is what keeps a person moving forward when motivation fades. Difficult moments are inevitable in any pursuit of success. There will be days when progress feels slow and the results of your efforts are not immediately visible. These moments can create doubt and frustration. Without discipline, it becomes easy to stop trying or to postpone the work that needs to be done. Discipline provides the strength to continue despite these feelings. One of the reasons discipline is so powerful is that it creates consistency. When people rely only on motivation, their actions may change depending on how they feel each day. Some days they may work hard, while on other days they may do very little. Discipline creates a stable pattern of effort. It encourages regular action regardless of changing emotion. Another important aspect of discipline is commitment. When you commit to a goal, you make a decision that your actions will support that objective even during difficult periods. Commitment means understanding that challenges are part of the process and that perseverance is necessary to achieve meaningful results. Staying disciplined when things get hard also requires patience. Many goals take longer to achieve than people initially expect. During this time, it can be tempting to search for easier alternatives or to abandon the original plan. Discipline helps maintain focus on the long-term vision rather than short-term discomfort. Another important benefit of discipline is the development of strong habits. Habits are behaviors that become automatic through repetition. When disciplined actions are repeated regularly, they gradually turn into habits that require less mental effort. Once these habits are established, it becomes easier to continue working towards your goals, even during challenging times. Discipline also helps manage distractions. Modern life offers countless opportunities for entertainment and activities that may seem more enjoyable than hard work. While relaxation and balance are important, excessive distractions can interfere with progress. Discipline helps you maintain focus on priorities and resist the temptation to delay important tasks. Another advantage of discipline is the ability to maintain progress even when circumstances are not ideal. Many people believe they can only work effectively when conditions are perfect. In reality, perfect conditions rarely exist. Discipline encourages action even when the environment is challenging or when resources are limited. Staying disciplined also strengthens mental resilience. Resilience is the ability to continue moving forward despite setbacks, difficulties, or disappointment. When people face challenges, their first reaction may be frustration or discouragement. Discipline provides the stability needed to overcome these emotional responses and continue working. Another important aspect of discipline is self-control. Self-control involves managing impulses and choosing actions that support long-term goals rather than immediate comfort. When things become difficult, the temptation to give up or seek easier alternatives can become strong. Self-control allows you to resist these impulses and remain committed to your purpose. Discipline also builds confidence over time. Each moment of perseverance strengthens your belief in your ability to overcome challenges. When you continue working despite difficulty, you prove to yourself that you are capable of maintaining commitment under pressure. Another valuable outcome of discipline is the development of responsibility. Responsible individuals understand that their success depends largely on their own actions and decisions. Instead of blaming circumstances or other people for their difficulties, they focus on what they can control. Staying disciplined during hard times also improves problem-solving skills. When challenges arise, disciplined individuals focus on finding solutions rather than avoiding the problem. This mindset encourages creative thinking and adaptability. Another important benefit of discipline is the ability to maintain progress during periods of low motivation. Motivation can fluctuate due to fatigue, stress, or external circumstances. Discipline ensures that effort continues even when enthusiasm is limited. Discipline also supports long-term growth. Significant achievements rarely happen quickly. They require continuous effort and learning over extended periods. Discipline helps maintain this long-term commitment. Another aspect of staying disciplined is the willingness to accept discomfort as part of progress. Growth often requires stepping outside of familiar routines and confronting challenges that feel uncomfortable at first. Discipline allows individuals to face this discomfort with courage. Staying disciplined when things get hard also encourages accountability. When you take responsibility for your actions and decisions, you become more aware of the choices you make each day. This awareness helps ensure that your actions align with your goals. Another important benefit is the development of perseverance. Perseverance is the determination to continue working despite repeated difficulties or setbacks. Discipline strengthens perseverance by reinforcing the habit of consistent effort. Discipline also helps maintain focus during stressful situations. When challenges appear, stress can sometimes lead to confusion or poor decision-making. A disciplined mindset encourages calm thinking and careful planning. Another advantage of discipline is the ability to recover quickly from setbacks. Everyone experiences moments of failure or disappointment. Discipline helps individuals learn from these experiences and continue moving forward rather than remaining discouraged. Staying disciplined also builds a sense of pride and accomplishment. Knowing that you continue working even when conditions were difficult creates a deep sense of satisfaction. This feeling reinforces your commitment to future goals. Another important aspect is the influence discipline can have on others. People often respect individuals who demonstrate dedication and persistence. Your disciplined behavior may inspire others to pursue their own goals with greater determination. Discipline also supports effective time management. When individuals remain committed to their priorities, they use their time more efficiently and avoid unnecessary distraction. Another benefit is the development of mental endurance. Long-term goals often require sustained focus and effort. Discipline strengthens the ability to maintain concentration over extended periods. Staying disciplined also helps individuals develop a growth mindset. Instead of seeing difficulties as reasons to quit, they view challenges as opportunity to improve their skills and knowledge. Another important aspect is maintaining optimism during difficult periods. Discipline does not mean ignoring challenges, but it encourages a belief that effort and persistence can eventually lead to improvement. Discipline also strengthens independence. When individuals rely on their own commitment rather than external encouragement, they become more capable of managing challenges on their own. Another advantage is the ability to build momentum even during difficult times. Small actions taken consistently can gradually restore progress and confidence. Staying disciplined when things get hard also encourages reflection. Difficult moments often provide valuable insights about strategies, habits, and priorities that may need adjustment. Another benefit is the strengthening of character. Discipline shapes qualities such as determination, responsibility, patience, and resilience. Discipline also prepares individuals for future opportunities. The skills developed through disciplined effort can be applied to new goals and challenges. Another important outcome is the sense of control it provides. When individuals remain disciplined, they recognize that their actions influence their results. Staying disciplined when things get hard ultimately means choosing persistence over comfort and commitment over temporary emotion. Each moment of discipline strengthens your ability to face future challenges with confidence. Through steady effort and determination, discipline transforms difficult moments into opportunities for growth and progress. Over time, the habit of remaining disciplined during challenging situations becomes one of the most powerful tools for achieving meaningful goals and building lasting success. Celebrating small wins is one of the most powerful strategies for maintaining motivation and building momentum toward any goal. Often people focus so heavily on the ultimate objective that they overlook the progress they are already making. This tendency can create feelings of frustration, impatience, and discouragement even when meaningful progress is occurring. Recognizing and celebrating small wins allows you to maintain a positive mindset, acknowledge your efforts, and reinforce the behaviors that lead to success. Small wins are the incremental steps that bring you closer to your larger goals. They may seem insignificant at first, a completed task, a small milestone, or even the decision to take action on a challenging step. However, these small victories accumulate over time, forming the foundation for significant achievements. By paying attention to these moments, you create a sense of progress that keeps you motivated to continue, even when the larger goal feels distant or overwhelming. Celebrating small wins also reinforces consistency. One of the main obstacles to long-term success is the tendency to stop when results are not immediately visible. When you acknowledge small accomplishments, your brain associates effort with reward, which strengthens the habit of taking regular action. This reinforcement encourages you to keep moving forward, even during times when motivation may waver. Another important benefit of celebrating small wins is the boost it gives to your confidence. Confidence is not something that develops overnight. It grows gradually as you see evidence of your capabilities. Each small success provides tangible proof that you are making progress and that your efforts are effective. This repeated reinforcement strengthens your belief in your ability to achieve your larger goals. Recognizing small wins also helps maintain a positive mindset. When people focus exclusively on the gap between where they are and where they want to be, it is easy to feel discouraged. By celebrating achievements along the way, you shift your attention to what you have accomplished rather than what is still left to do. This perspective encourages optimism and resilience, which are essential for sustained effort. Small wins can also serve as motivation during challenging periods. Every journey toward a meaningful goal involves obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. During these times, reflecting on previous successes reminds you of what is possible and reinforces your determination to continue. Even minor victories can reignite the energy needed to overcome difficulties and keep moving forward. Another advantage of celebrating small wins is the habit-building effect. Many long-term goals require consistent behavior over time. When small successes are acknowledged and rewarded, they reinforce the actions that led to those successes. This reinforcement makes it more likely that you will continue performing those actions regularly, creating lasting habits that support your larger objectives. Small wins also improve focus. By breaking larger goals into manageable steps and recognizing each step completed, you create clarity about the path forward. This clarity allows you to concentrate on immediate tasks without becoming overwhelmed by the enormity of the ultimate goal. When focus is maintained, productivity increases and progress becomes more efficient. Another important benefit of celebrating small wins is the opportunity for reflection and learning. Each achievement, no matter how small, provides insight into what strategies and behaviors are effective. By acknowledging these wins, you can analyze why they occur, learn from them, and replicate successful patterns in future actions. This continuous feedback loop accelerates growth and improves performance over time. Celebrating small wins also fosters resilience. Achieving long-term goals requires the ability to bounce back from setbacks and maintain commitment despite obstacles. Recognizing small victories reminds you of your progress, which strengthens perseverance and reduces the likelihood of giving up when challenges arise. Another key aspect of small wins is that they create a sense of momentum. Progress in any area often feels slow at first, and this slow pace can be discouraging. By identifying and celebrating incremental achievement, you create a sense of forward motion. Momentum builds upon itself. One small win leads to another, and the accumulation of these victories generates a powerful drive to continue progressing toward your ultimate goal. Small wins also strengthen intrinsic motivation. When you take the time to acknowledge your achievements, you reinforce the satisfaction that comes from effort and accomplishment. This internal motivation is more sustainable than relying solely on external rewards or validation from others. Intrinsic motivation encourages consistent action because you derive satisfaction from the process itself, not just the outcome. Another benefit of celebrating small wins is the improvement of self-discipline. Recognizing progress reinforces the connection between action and result. When your efforts produce tangible outcomes, you are more likely to continue acting consistently, even when tasks are difficult or boring. This reinforcement strengthens self-discipline, which is critical for achieving long-term success. Small wins also encourage a sense of gratitude. By acknowledging progress, you become more aware of the effort, resources, and support that contributed to your achievements. This gratitude can boost overall well-being, reduce stress, and create a more positive perspective on the journey toward your goals. Another important effect is the reduction of overwhelm. Large goals can feel intimidating because of their scope and complexity. By celebrating small wins, you break the journey into manageable segments, creating a series of achievable steps. This approach prevents feelings of being overwhelmed and keeps your focus on actionable tasks rather than the enormity of the overall objective. Celebrating small wins can also foster creativity. When you reflect on minor successes, you gain insight into what works and what does not. This reflection encourages problem solving and innovation as you explore ways to replicate successes and overcome challenges more effectively. Another key advantage is improved emotional resilience. Achieving even small victories provides a sense of accomplishment that counteracts stress, frustration, or self-doubt. By building emotional resilience through these moments, you develop the mental strength needed to face larger challenges with confidence. Small wins also enhance accountability. When you take the time to recognize and document your progress, you create a record of achievement. This record serves as evidence of your commitment and encourages continued action. It also allows you to evaluate patterns, adjust strategies, and remain accountable to yourself and your goals. Another benefit is the development of a growth mindset. By focusing on small achievements, you recognize the value of effort, learning, and incremental improvement. This mindset encourages you to embrace challenges, persist through difficulties, and view mistakes as opportunities for growth. Small wins also help maintain energy levels. Large goals can feel exhausting if progress is not apparent. Celebrating small achievements provides emotional and mental boosts that replenish motivation and energy, making it easier to continue pursuing your objectives with focus and determination. Another important aspect of small wins is their impact on confidence in uncertain situations. When you experience consistent, incremental success, you develop faith in your ability to handle challenges and adapt to new circumstances. This confidence makes it easier to take risks and embrace opportunities that further your progress. Celebrating small wins also improves relationships. When pursuing goals that involve teamwork or collaboration, recognizing and celebrating small contributions encourages cooperation, reinforces morale, and strengthens group cohesion.